This is Gabrielle Acusta with the Investing News Network. I'm here in Toronto at the Bloom Burton Healthcare Investor Conference, and right now I'm speaking with Edward Gudaitis with Acerus Pharmaceuticals. Thank you for being here today, Edward.
Thank you very much, Gabrielle. It's a pleasure to be interviewed today.
First, we really want investors to get to know a little bit more about your company. Do you want to give a little rundown about Acerus?
Sure. Acerus is a specialty pharmaceutical company based in Mississauga, Ontario. We have 28 very dedicated, competent employees. Our current top-line revenue is about $6 million. I think one of the interesting things for people to know is that we are a company that spans all part of the drug development and drug commercialization spectrum. So we have a commercial team selling in Canada. We have partners in the U.S. selling our products. We have partnerships around the world selling one of our key products. We have an active R&D program. We have all of the things you'd expect from the rest of a commercial organization and an administrative organization. So the way I describe it is we're doing the things that the big pharma players are doing, but with 28 people and with a much smaller market capitalization.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And now you are new to this position, which is very exciting. What kind of an impact do you hope to have in the first year?
Perfect. Yeah, so I am very new to the job, 3 days into the job as of today. But I spent 20 years in the industry so far here in Canada and in the U.S. in various roles for some big companies like Roche and Gilead most recently. What I need to do over the next couple of years and my vision for the company is I think we have a very good platform. I think we can take it to the next level. And sort of what I see us doing over the next couple of years is moving our R&D pipeline forward significantly, making sure that our commercial products are really optimized and are performing well, that we're really getting traction, especially in the United States and the rest of the world where we have partnerships, that we move that R&D platform forward and get the next couple of things ready. I think, as I said earlier, with the spectrum of activities and the competencies we have, I think the next big question is, well, what's next off of what we currently have in our business? We have a number of licensing activities that we've brought in more commercial products, and really the next couple of years it's to make sure that commercial business puts the capital in place that we can make the R&D platform move, and that ultimately we grow the company. We're one therapeutic area today, women's health and men's health, but having worked in some organizations like Gilead and Genentech and other large companies, for us to be successful, we'll have to be more than one therapeutic area. And I would say in the next 5 years, don't be surprised if we're operating in at least 2 or 3 therapeutic areas to give us that diversification and that platform for future growth.
Wonderful. Thank you. That's really exciting. Now, in regards to your pipeline, what are some milestones coming up that investors can look forward to hearing about?
Well, we recently announced in the Q4 earnings and made it available publicly that we have a cannabinoid initiative underway. We have a very interesting nasal gel delivery platform that we've had for our core product, Natesto, which is a product for testosterone replacement. I think we can put that product to use, that technology to use in other areas, and certainly the cannabinoid initiative is one where we look at other applications of products within the nasal gel delivery system. So that you'll begin to see more news certainly over the course of this year into next year come forward, and we'll have more disclosure around the details of that. And then much earlier in the pipeline, and we'll disclose in more detail over time, we have other products that we're looking at within that nasal gel technology. And then clearly as we move forward, we'll continue to look at other platforms, other opportunities. When we get to a more sustainable capital and a bigger capital base, we'll be able to look at those other areas. But right now it's moving that cannabinoid initiative forward for us.
Wonderful, thank you. And what kind of growth should we expect in the next couple of years?
I think for the next year till we get to about 2020, I think reasonable growth off the current trends that you see in our business. I think this is a year that 2019 period will be a year where you see Natesto grow in Canada. You see some of our OTX, our more natural health products, start to contribute to the top line and become accretive to us. But certainly the U.S. opportunity with Natesto will continue to move forward. And then our partnerships around the world, we'll start to see approvals in various countries like South Korea and other markets, and we'll start to see the impact of those on our top line and our net revenue stream. By the time we get to 2020, I think we'll start to see some momentum begin to build in our top line. You'll start to see the accretive effects of a lot of the deals we put in place. If you look at us today, we're 2 products in 2 major territories. By the time we get to 2020, if everything moves forward, we'll be 8+ products in 50+ territories. And I think that's when you'll start to see the inflection point. 2019 is steady growth. 2020 becomes inflective growth for us.
Okay, so investors who are interested in the company, what kind of a time span are they looking at? You did say 2019, there's lots of news coming out, but are we expecting maybe more a decade for a really good return?
I think if you look at the history of the stock price, the company has gone through an interesting period. The stock has depreciated, hit a plateau, and now I think what we see in the last 3 to 4 months is now clear momentum beginning to build. The stock's trading at about 2 times what it was almost 3 months ago. You see a good flow of news, a good flow of activity. So I think that from an investment perspective, I would say the window, it is a long game, but I would say there's a window for opportunity to get into the company today, and certainly a window within the next 12 months. A window within the next 24 months, and then as we move forward, I think for those who are more patient and longer term investors, you'll see more news come from us over that course as we head to the 5-year period. So I think it is a interesting time to follow the company, to get involved with the company, and I think the future is very bright in the short and medium term as we go forward.
Wonderful, thank you. And now you did mention partnerships you have ongoing. Are there any coming up that we can look forward to?
We are looking to maximize some of our existing partnerships. We have a partnership agreement with a company, Medac, that we've disclosed in Europe. We still have some territories in Europe where we want to work with Medac to advance Natesto in those territories. We were recently presenting at BioChina. There is obviously an opportunity in a market like China that we're certainly thinking about and exploring as we move forward. And then we continue to look at other opportunities, and as we move forward, we'll look at licensing in opportunities, other opportunities to partner on the pipeline, and as those discussions come to more fruition, we'll certainly talk about them in more detail.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Are there any last words that you want to have towards our investors about your company?
Just that it's a very exciting time for Acerus. I'm excited to come in. As I said, I'm new to the job, but it's a great management team. I think we have a very much momentum behind us. I think we have some things that are very, very interesting to look at. And as I said, I think from my experience, when I look at what I did at Gilead in Canada, where we took an organization from 7 employees, $3 million Canadian, to when I left in 2016, $1 billion plus gross Canadian and 103 employees, I think we have the same ingredients here to be able to build the company in that way and really have that Canadian specialty company that makes us all proud of being a Canadian organization, but has a global presence and a global reach. So stay tuned. There definitely will be more exciting things to come.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today, Edward.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And again, this is Gabrielle Acosta with the Investing News Network at the Bloom Burton Healthcare Investor Conference in Toronto.